A stimulus package update, and today's top headlines. Let's get right into it. But if you're new here, or if you haven't done so yet, make sure to subscribe by hitting the button right down below the video, as information is changing incredibly fast right now, and my dedication to you and this community as a whole is to do all the research on your behalf, distill all that information down into the shortest video I can possibly produce, and deliver that to you each and every day so that you can get all the top headlines and all the latest updates of everything going on every single day in these videos right here on the channel. So again, thank you so much for joining me. I truly do appreciate it. I am your one and only daily advocate, and I'm here to help you out in any way that I possibly can during this very difficult and confusing time. So again, if you haven't done so, make sure to subscribe right down below the video, and let's get right into the headlines. All right, so let's quickly talk about some of the things that are coming across the wire so far today, as it is very, very busy out there with everything going on. So first off, the administration came out today telling Americans in Ukraine get out within the next 24 to 48 hours, as an invasion by Russia is imminent and could be happening any day now. This is kind of scary, right? Let's be real with ourselves. This is kind of getting a little bit scary. All right, at the same time, President Biden and Vladimir Putin have plans to speak tomorrow during a meeting. So hopefully they can resolve something, come to terms on something, so we don't need to go down this road that could be kind of a bad one. At the same time, the president also announced today he's deploying 3,000 additional troops to Poland to help back up some of these operations in the event something actually goes down. Oh man, all right, so hopefully they can resolve something tomorrow during their meeting, but either way, as we get more information and as this whole situation continues to evolve, of course, I will continue to bring those updates going forward each and every day. At the same time, with the whole inflation situation going on right here in the homeland, a lot of us getting beat up by all of these prices going up right now. It's literally impossible to keep up with these prices. The Federal Reserve may be implementing a interest rate hike prior to their next Fed meeting, which is in mid-March, about a month from right now, actually a little bit more than a month from right now. That's typically when they come out and announce their interest rate hikes, but the Federal Reserve may be taking action sooner than that to try to get a handle on this raging inflation. But as I've mentioned in previous videos, if they actually want to get a handle on the raging inflation, unfortunately, they're probably going to need to raise rates significantly more than what they actually plan on doing. Usually they come out and they tiptoe around the issue and do maybe 25 basis points, a quarter of a point. I mean, honestly, a 0.25%, it's not going to do anything to the inflation. So if they really want to get ahead of this thing, because obviously they've done nothing so far, if they want to get ahead of this thing and actually slow it down, they've got to come in really aggressive and get this going. Now, we might think, oh, that's great, it's going to slow down some of the inflation, but at the same time, honestly, that just means any interest that we're paying on right now with any kind of adjustable rates, credit cards, personal loans, lines of credit, auto loans potentially, things like this that have any kind of adjustable interest rate, that's all going to be going up. So it's kind of a give and take. One thing is good, one thing is bad, So I guess as my wife likes to say, pick your poison, in other words. So anyway, we'll have to see what they do here, but the Fed is talking, and of course, we will continue to keep you posted as things continue to move on here. There's a lot going on right now. At the same time, the stock market dropped a little bit today, between 1.5%, 2% between the indices, depending on what you're looking at, because of the whole Ukraine-Russia situation, as well as inflation. People are starting to get a little bit scared right now. At the same time, oil prices hit an 8-year high, breaching $93 per barrel. So you know what that's going to mean, right? We're all going to start to see that in the gas prices around our local areas once again. In fact, I believe I saw a comment, was it yesterday or maybe the day before, somebody reaching out down below in one of the cities in California. I don't remember the city, but somebody said gas is already over $5 a gallon. So that hurts. I mean, let's be real with ourselves. That is not a fun time when you got to go and pay $5 a gallon. So based on these oil prices that just hit these new fresh highs as of within the last 8 years that hit today, $93 per barrel, unfortunately, this is going to go right back into the gas prices and impact our pockets once again going forward. So Stay tuned here, as well as we get more information. Of course, I'll continue to keep you posted with this. But as I've been talking for a couple weeks now, the experts, the analysts, the economists, people that are watching this are saying, hey, we're going to 100. We're going to 100 and probably beyond with oil prices this year. So they're actually anticipating probably a national average of 1 gallon of gas being over $4 here relatively soon, probably by spring or summer. Well, I should say like mid-spring, late spring, and summertime. So we've got a few months to go, but yeah, wow. Just one more thing coming out right now, right? So there's a lot of prices that are going up on pretty much everything right now. Food items, I've been bringing you multiple different reports out. A lot of different companies raising prices. I forgot to tell you this one, Hershey's. You know, candies, things like this. Yeah, of course, they're raising their prices as well, too. So, yeah, just another one to add to the list. Pretty much everybody is raising their prices right here, right now. Also, one quick side note, I want to throw this out there. Just as a quick little, put it in your back pocket kind of note here. So as we know, energy prices are rising rapidly right now when it comes to electricity, heating, natural gas prices, propane, heating oil, all of this stuff. It's all going up substantially right now. And I want to lay this out there. In general, now, of course, this is going to depend on where you're located in the country. It's going to depend on all kinds of different factors. But I came across a report that said essentially this. For every 1 degree that you were either to raise your temperature in your house or lower it, it will reflect by about 1% on your price on your bill. So, just a quick, that's just kind of like a baseline right there. So let me give you just a really quick example. Let's just say that your bill is $100, and let's just say you keep your house at 70 degrees. If you were to lower it by, let's just say 2 degrees down to 68 degrees, that would lower your bill by hypothetically about 2%. Now, again, this could range across the country depending on your locations, all kinds of stuff like this. But this is what this report was saying. If you want to lower your energy bills just a little bit. Now, I get it. It's $2. At the end of the day, it's not a ton, but $2 is still $2, right? And again, this is just the example that I was giving right here in this video. So, just something to think about. Anyway, I wanted to lay it out there because I came across it and thought maybe this would be helpful for some people. But at the same time, realistically, what would be more helpful is the low-income home energy assistance program, the LIHEAP. I've talked about this one over the last couple weeks here. There's hundreds of Well, let me take that back. There's billions of dollars. They just added another $100 million about a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks ago now. So that money's available, and they're urging people, please take advantage of the program. So I've talked about it extensively in previous videos here, but if you're low income, feel free to jump on that program. They've got a lot of money, record funding in that program right now, and they want people to take advantage of it. So if you need some help with your heating right now, you might want to look into that program. All right, so let's talk about the stimulus package here and what's going on with it. So Democrats right now, and again, the reason I'm saying Democrats is not because I'm singling them out, but simply because they're the ones behind the bill, because it's going to be a reconciliation bill, and ultimately, at the end of the day, it's all up to Democrats right now. So according to the reports that I've been finding, it looks like they're scrambling to figure out which of the provisions they actually want to include in this next skinny bill, the smaller version of the Build Back Better agenda. So there's a lot of back and forth right now because, as we've seen for the last, almost a year now, we've seen a lot of back and forth on this thing, and we've been seeing many people within the House, many representatives in the House, senators, they're all calling on different things. For example, people like Bernie Sanders calling on lower prescription prices. He's also calling on expanding Medicare. And we've got other people in the House that are saying about the SALT deductions, the state and local tax deductions. So there's a lot of different division right now across many people throughout the House and the Senate, but essentially they're all calling on something different. So they're having a hard time coming together, trying to figure out what are the most important provisions of the bill, what do we want to include in the skinny portion of the bill, and how do we want to proceed with this thing, and how quickly can we get some of this done. At the same time, We also have other people out trying to revitalize the child tax credit payments. Again, we talked about those in the previous videos earlier today, but I was using those as examples. Those are the monthly checks going out to about 36 to 38 million families, about $16 billion going out the door every single month to all of these millions of families and households. So there's a lot of scrambling around right now, trying to figure out what they actually want to do, how they're going to put this thing together, how are they going to frame this package, how are they going to put it together in its own individual bill. Are they going to do standalones? Are they going to try to, push as much through as they can through reconciliation? Are they going to come back for the rest through executive order? Are they going to throw some of it out and never come back to it? What is the strategy going forward? And at this point, it seems a little bit chaotic where they can't really seem to come together on any of these provisions at the same time. So, kind of interesting to see this whole thing play out, but they're certainly talking about it. It's in the forefront. President Biden, sure enough, was out yesterday talking about the Build Back Better agenda, as I called. If you saw that video in the morning, I said, I bet that he's going to come out today and call on the Build Back Better agenda to lower inflation. But we all know that's not going to do anything to inflation because honestly, it's just more spending that's just going to drive inflation even higher. According to many well-known economists and previous actual White House advisors. So, yeah, a lot going on out there. But anyway, they are talking about the stimulus package, and realistically, with everything going on right now, honestly, there's a lot of fingers pointing toward additional relief focused on the low-income and fixed-income Americans and just people that are struggling right now. There's a lot of talk about this, and realistically, all the information, the data points that we're gathering right now are really putting a strong case behind getting additional relief to the struggling Americans out there. So we've got a lot going on right now. It is nuts with so many things going on out there. But anyway, so these are some of the headlines that I wanted to point out to you today. Of course, it's going to be changing tomorrow. I'll be watching that meeting between the president and Vladimir Putin tomorrow. I'll let you know how that goes as well, and potentially any escalations over there. But honestly, let's just cross our fingers that this whole thing can kind of maybe tame down a little bit, and we can come back to being civil, across the whole world here, and just kind of get this whole thing a little bit more calmed down. So anyway, I hope you're doing well. I'm here for you in any way that I possibly can be. I'll continue to bring you these updates every single day. So please subscribe down below if you haven't done so yet. Feel free to go back and check out those 2 videos from earlier today. A lot of really good content in those as well. Check those out from this morning and the afternoon. A lot of good stuff there right there. But anyway, enjoy your day. Subscribe, share the videos with your friends, family, social media, and go back and check out any of the other 2,100 videos right here on the channel. And I'll catch you again later in the next update. I'll see you for